Hello, hello, welcome in. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. We're gonna do some free readings. Hello, hello Avril, hello Emily. Looks like one of my subscribers popped in. And I see cats coming in. Ah, look, I'm like getting all throwing stuff around. Aw, thank you very much. Hello, hello. Hi, cat. All right, so we're gonna do some readings today. Also, I've got, that was kind of cool. Did everybody see that? I love it. It is not my birthday. I just wear a crown because I'm a Leo and I like my crown. Isn't it amazing? And it reminds me of the Standing Stones from Outlander. Just saying. Oh my goodness, like energy is like going crazy right now. So it is summer solstice and I thought, what a better way to like kick this off than do some free readings. Thanks, Susie Annie. Let's do some free readings. Card pulls. I know I've got a spirit that's hanging out. Me too, Tracy. Obsessed. It is summer solstice. I'm so excited. The energy's great. And we're going to be doing our live tonight. Psychic Jen 33 and Carrie the Psychic. We're going to talk about past lives tonight. I'm super excited about that. 8 o'clock Eastern. All right. But I just want to jump into readings. I know. Hi, Savannah. Hello, hello. I want to jump into readings because I know I've got spirit here. So the new thing, fun fact. So I've been doing a lot of energy work with a colleague of mine that activating DNA. I didn't believe any of this stuff until like I started working, but I am now starting to see spirit, like to the point where I actually went to my eye doctor and said, hey, I'm seeing light and things around me, right? So I was like, let's check the eyes. Let's check the eyes. And because I am, and Kat's and here she knows, I am mundane before magical 100%. I'm like, we got to rule this out, right? And he was like, actually, your eyes have improved. So there you go. I'm like, well, I'm going to go with it. And I've been seeing spirits more, not in full like body apparition, but I'll see them. And it's crazy. And I cannot wait to see where this goes. All right. So this is how I work. For one, don't put your personal stuff in the chat. It's just not safe. And I know a lot of mediums or a lot of psychics will do that, right? And you'll put your questions in. Oh, thank you, Trisha. It didn't scare me at all. Other than, oh, do I have glaucoma? Like, what's wrong with my eyes? Like, I was thinking something was wrong with my eyes, but now I'm seeing it more and more like every day. So anyway, so don't put your stuff in the chat because, oh, hold on here. Because I have a lot of scammers and they're going to come in. And plus I only do spirit-led readings. So you don't want to put your stuff in the chat. It's just not safe. It is not safe. And you'll be muted out of love for like 5 seconds just to get your comments out, and you'll still be able to comment. So just don't ask any personal questions. All right. So let's do this. Oh my gosh. Oh, the energy is insane right now. I can't even describe it. All right. So let's do this. So this is how I work. We're going to tap, tap, tap the screen. Okay. And so for example, when we tap, tap, tap the screen and get to 3,000 likes, I'm going to turn my head. I'm going to count to 5 while you all spam your name and location, your first name and location. And then at the count of 5, then I will choose just the first name I see. Sometimes it's people I know, sometimes it's not. You never know. All right. Oh my gosh, you're so fantastic. Now we're like at 45. Okay. Or almost. Okay. Here we go. So let's try it. Here we go. All right. So now you're going to spam your name and location, first name and location. And then I'm going to choose the first name I see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Tracy in South Carolina. That was awesome. One of my regular people, Tracy. All right, let's see, Tracy, what do you need to know? All right, Page of Swords comes up. Page of Swords comes up for you. Now, let's see what card goes with it, so I'll know what direction to go. Back and forth. Okay, so this tells me, so I feel like you're trying to learn something, you're trying to be super discerning about it, scientific. I like what I was talking about a minute ago. Like, I'm learning how to expand my consciousness, how to expand my connection to spirit, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to be really scientific minded. And that's what that Page of Swords says. You're learning something, you're trying to be scientific minded, and you're kind of going back and forth. Is this real? Is this not? Is this, along those lines? And I feel like what Spirit's saying is trust your instincts. And please stay scientifically minded, stay discerning. Because I feel like there's some things that have kind of come into your path. You're like, I don't know about that. Do the deep dive, do the research. I just feel like expand your consciousness, ask for that further clarification, and more science experiments, I guess, ask Spirit to prove it up a little bit more. But I feel like you're going to be moving into a space of acceptance and flow, but you need to get through the discernment first. So I hope that made sense. That was for Tracy. All right, who's going to be next? All right, so here's the thing. Tap, tap, tap the screen. If you're asking me for a reading, at least follow me. I'm totally in this for the follows. I'm kidding. I'm in this to share Spirit's messages. But also, so here we go. Let's tap the screen and get to 7,000. Let's get to 7,000 likes. So tap, tap, tap the screen. Also, make sure, again, follow me, share the live. All right, here we go. That was fast. All right, and so the first name I see, I want you to spam away with your name and location. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Rebecca in North Carolina. Ooh, we've got the Carolinas representing today. Rebecca in North Carolina. All right. Let's see what does Rebecca need to know? Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, so the Knight of Wands reversed when that comes up, it's like somebody is not standing in their power, not going for something that they're really passionate about, or you just have a really bad sex life, schmex life. Fragmented energy. When this comes up, okay, here we go. So Rebecca, I feel like you're not getting on that horse and going for something that you want. I feel like you've got something set in your sights, right? You've got something that you see now and you want it and you're passionate and you're excited about it, but you're either afraid to get on the horse or there's something that's stepping back. Hi, Jimmy Darrell. And I feel like it's because this fragmented energy, I feel like you've got holes that are going on. Like you've got, it's almost like you're just spread too thin. You're spread too thin. So you've got too many irons in the fire, too many things going on. And all you really want to do is go get that thing, whatever this is. So start weeding out what you really don't need. Okay. I feel like right now, especially coming into the summer solstice energy where we're coming out of spring and moving into summer, that energy shift, make sure you're embracing that energy shift and releasing things that really aren't serving you, for lack of a better term, but also that just are no longer resonating or they're no longer in the path that you're trying to go on. Okay. So go ahead and I give you permission to release that and that way you can start filling in those pieces. And then once you release this negativity or this energy that's kind of holding you back, you're going to be able to get on that horse and go for what you want. Okay. So that was for Rebecca in North Carolina. I hope that made sense. All right, let's see. How about, let's get to 10.10. 10,000 likes. Tap, 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 and share the live, please. Share the live. All right, here we go. Man, that was fast. I went to 11.1, even better. Okay, so I'm going to choose someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Kim in Ohio. That was crazy. My eyes kind of doubled in there. All right, Kim from Ohio. Here's what you need to know today. 10 of Cups reversed. So this is disrupted joy. Something is standing in, as something has kind of, like you're going along, you're like, ooh, life is good. And something that's like, knocks you off the path is what I felt like. Okay. That's funny that I just said path because the card that comes up is the honoring path. So, and setting intentions. Sometimes when people leave us, whether it's family or people that make us happy, people that are our inner circle, and all of a sudden they just up and leave. We need to honor their path. We need to honor their journey. Okay? And it's so important. It says it all. You've got to honor their path. You have to honor their path, because not everyone is meant to be with us all the time. Even if they make us feel good, if we make them feel good, not everyone. Sometimes things happen so they can move on to be on their path. Okay. And I think right now, whatever this is going on in your life, whatever this disrupted joy is, please understand that whoever this is that you feel like either has done you wrong or is walking away from you, or maybe maybe it's you and you need to honor your own path, where you're like, well, I'm afraid if I walk away from, I'll give an example, the family, then I'm going to make everybody upset. So, well, you don't need to play the martyr. You have to be on your own path. You need to do what you've got to do, because if you don't vibrate in your highest frequency and follow your own path, you're going to be denying yourself, and then you're not living your full truth. And then there's so many other things happen, right? Okay. So honor the path. This disrupted joy, sometimes spirit just puts things in front of us and we're like, well, that is dumb. I don't like that. And we have to deal with it, right? So that was for Kim in Ohio. Okay. So I'm giving these readings and I'm not seeing responses. So I'm sorry if you guys are responding and I'm missing it. If I'm giving you a reading and they're like, oh yeah, that resonates, or you're dumb, I have no idea what we're talking about. Answer in all caps. Okay. That way I can see that you are indeed in there. All right. Oh, I see Lena's in here. I'm seeing all kinds of fun people in here. It is hard to let family go. It is. And sometimes we have to allow family to let go of us and move away from us so they can grow and expand. Okay. Thank you all so much for the fun things on my head. I love it. All right. So let's see who's going to be next. Oh, I've got to. All right. I have a spirit here. I have a spirit. Some male energy. Okay. So I'm going to let this spirit kind of simmer for a second. I'm going to pull another card and get a little more connected, a little more grounded. And I'm probably going to move into a mediumship here in a second because I feel a very gentle grandfather presence. Like, big energy. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling him. So let's do another card. Let's tap the screen till we get to 18,000 likes. Let's get to 18,000. And I'm going to pull another card. And oh, that's interesting, Queen of Dream. You did. Okay. All right. 18,000. Here we go. So now drop your name and location. And I'm going to choose someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Allie in Illinois. Allie in Illinois. Also, if you are new here, give me a wave. Say hi. I love new people. And also I see Flora. I meant to say hi, but like I said it in my mind, then I didn't say it. So nice to see you, my friend. Okay. So let's see, Allie, Illinois. What do you need to know? We're getting a lot of reverse cards here. Interesting. So the Four of Pentacles reversed. Four of Pentacles reversed. I feel like there's something you've got to let go of. Let's see what comes with it. Behind a mask. I feel like you've been holding on to something really close to you. And usually wow, this is big. This is big. This is a big download. So Allie, the Four of Pentacles typically means when it's upright, holding on, you need to hold on to something tight, right? And pentacles are oftentimes about finances and physical things. In my mind, pentacles are things of value. Not everybody values money. Not everybody values things and stuff over personal relationships. I feel like Spirit wants you to let go of putting on the mask. I feel like you hold tight to who you are and you don't let people know who you are for fear of rejection or for fear of people not understanding you and not getting you. And I feel like you're kind of hiding behind a facade right now and you're not living your truth. Now, sometimes I understand that's a safety thing. You need to not tell people who you are. Okay. But I feel like Ask, true. Okay, good. I'm glad this is making sense for you. I feel like Spirit is saying it's okay to kind of let go. You've been holding on tight to that for a while. It's okay to let people see who you are. And you have to be okay, though, with people seeing who you are and walking away if they don't align. Because what that will do is it will make room for people who do align, people who do see you for who you are. And you'll vibe a little higher. You're going to start feeling much better about who you are and the people that you're surrounded by. Oh, thank you, Nicole, for becoming a subscriber. Thank you. I'll write your name down because if I can, I'll throw you in for a reading here. So thank you very much. So that's my advice, Allie. It's time to go ahead and let go and be who you are. And if people walk away because they don't align, that is on them. Oh, thank you for the heart, Heather. Appreciate it. Okay. So that was for Allie in Illinois. I hope that makes sense. Time to let go and just be who you are. Be authentically you. And that's a lesson for the class, my friends. Be authentically you. All right. So Nicole, I'm going to pull a card for you. Let's see what's next. Ooh, my new subscriber. Thank you. 7 of Cups. Ooh, you're looking for clarity. You're kind of feeling like you're in a fog about something. I guess that makes sense. You're here. Family. Ooh, family. I feel like you are... Nicole, okay, so I feel like you are, I can see this inability to make a decision about something, like feeling overwhelmed with options. I feel like you need to go back to the simple things in life, like look at things through a child's eyes. And I see there's children in this card. I've never actually pulled this card. I haven't used this deck a ton, but I feel like Spirit wants you to go back to simplicity because you're overwhelming yourself with lots of options and lots of things, right? Lots of choices. And they want you to go back to simplicity. They want you to go back to, well, this is a lot of noise. This is a lot of noise. This is unnecessary. Let's go back to simple. And once you do that, oh, thank you, Susie Annie. Appreciate you. I'm going to add you to my list also. But I feel like once you do that, a lot of things are going to come clear for you. Okay. As you're going to be able to check the boxes off like, nope, not that, not that, not that. And as you simplify things, it's going to make a huge difference. Okay. All right. So thank you, Nicole. Thank you for being a subscriber. And Susie Annie, you're going to be coming up here in a minute. Let me do one more preview. Hi, Michelle Lynn. How are you? You're welcome. You're welcome, Nicole. I hope that made sense for you. And thank you for being a subscriber. All right, so I'm going to choose another. Let's tap the screen. Let's get to 28,000. 28,000. Tap the screen. Share the live. If you're asking me for a reading, at least be following me. Okay? Appreciate that. And also, if you want to make sure you're getting notifications when I go live, because I've got we have an amazing event going on tonight. You want to be notified when I go live. So make sure you go to my profile and click the bell that you get notified for all things that I come on for. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So you're gonna drop your name and location. I'm gonna pick the next person in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Kayla in Iowa. Kayla in Iowa. All right, let's see. What does Kayla need to know? Now, what you'll notice is I'm not shuffling the cards. I am only Spirit led. So Spirit will align me with the people who the card's for. I kid you, I just trust Spirit that this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so Kayla, you had the Emperor reversed. So Emperor reversed. Feeling a little powerless in a situation. Increase. Interesting cycle. What's coming up and stands out to me in that card is not necessarily increase, but cycle and a really long road ahead. I feel like what Spirit is talking to you about, Kayla, is cycles. I feel like you're doing something over and over and over again. And it's like you're running, and you're trying to get to the goal. You're trying to get to the goal and you're just never making it. Like it's just every time you think you're close, it's further away. Like if you've ever been to someplace like Denver, Colorado, you see the mountains and you're like, well, we can't be that far. Well, they're actually like 100 miles away. So you're not even close to the mountains. They look close, but they're not. And I feel like you are starting to feel powerless. Like you keep putting one foot in front of the other. You keep pushing and keep pushing forward. But also you feel like you're on this hamster wheel. Like you're like, I'm going, but I'm not getting anywhere. Spirit is saying, get off the wheel, get off the hamster wheel. If you want to gain your power, if you want to be in your power and you want to be in control of things, you're going to have to, and you want to break cycles, you have to be willing to step off the hamster wheel. You have to be willing to do something different. And I feel like that's where you are right now, is you've got to choose to do something a little bit different. And it might be hard. It might be against the grain of what you feel. And I feel like you have to allow yourself to get off the hamster wheel, or you're just going to keep running and running and running. And you won't get there. Well, you'll get there eventually, but it's going to take you longer because you just feel like you're running in circles. So that's for Kayla in Iowa. I'm glad you get it. I'm glad that makes sense to you. I'm really glad that makes sense to you. All right. Susie Annie, let's do a card for you, my subscriber. I appreciate you. Your card is 3 of Pentacles. Ooh, I love this. This is working with others. This is mentorship. This is teamwork. Victim mentality. All right. So be aware of someone. I feel like you got this team, these people you work with. Okay. There might be 3 of you, there might be 10 of you. I feel like there's a team. It could be work. It could be anything. Oh my. Okay. So team, right? And I feel like it's either you or someone else that's kind of like, we're not getting anything done because bleh. And it's always somebody else's fault. So if that's you, this is calling you out. If it's someone else, it's asking you to be conscious of the energy pull. When someone else is so negative in a tight circle, it can really like pull down the whole thing very quickly. Negative energy is way bigger than positive energy when it comes to bottoming things out. And I feel like Spirit is saying, be conscious of either you or this person. And if it's you, take the moment to step back and go, okay, how do I raise my vibration so I can attract better people into my world? Okay. And also, I'm hearing office manager very negative. So I'm also being reminded and called attention to the fact, like we are the reflection, or we are the culmination of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And if you're spending time with a lot of negative people, you're taking that home, especially if at work, you're taking that home, you're taking on that. So just be mindful of this energy. And as you're working with people and it is someone else, allow yourself to separate from that energy. Okay. Allow yourself to be an observer of it, but not to engage or exchange energy with it. Send them positive energy. Make a point to work with other people who are in a better headspace. If they're negative, going down that negative rabbit hole, how can you help bring up the energy of the surrounding area? How do you contribute? Yes, try to leave it at the door. 100% leave it at the door. Do not take that shit home. It doesn't belong there. Okay. Let it go. Make life frozen and let it go. Try to leave it there, but be mindful of it. And I like this in the background. It looks like there's a waterfall pouring out of the painting. And what I saw just then is that feeling of let it flow, let it flow. You've got to like let it, the water's a symbol of rinsing things away, cleansing. It also can be flowing. Let it flow through. So imagine that water is flowing through, getting rid of that negative energy so you can be in a better place, so you can see things from a higher perspective and a higher point of view, and you'll get there. All right, so I've got to talk about this grandfather energy that's moved in. So let's do this. He's being very patient until he wasn't just then. So, hi Mike, how are you? My Harley friend. Thank you, Susie. Appreciate you. Appreciate you helping out with modding and with being a subscriber. Appreciate you. And it looks like, Oracle Trish is in the house. All right. So this is what we're going to move to mediumship, because I've got a very strong energy. Oh my goodness, you did. You came back right at that right time. Oh, well, this will be interesting to see if it's for you. All right. So this is how I do mediumship. We're going to drop green hearts because I feel like green is heart centered today. We're working from the heart. So this is someone who's very connected heart. There's a heart relation, heart. So it could be like, actually that was an issue. It could be a heart issue, but I feel like there's heart. But if you feel like this, but don't drop the hearts yet. You don't know who I'm talking about. All we have is grandpa and heart. Let me get some more energy. Let me get some more energy and information from him. That's okay, Megan. I just think it's funny when I'm like, and I've got someone, drop hearts if, like all of a sudden it's everybody's. So, so this grandfather, he's reminding me of my best friend's grandfather. He's got that, I know, right, Savannah? But he's very gentle. And I remember he loved us with food, tomatoes and bacon, to be honest, but he feels like a very gentle energy, super smart. His passing was quick. And it was heart related. Quick passing. Let me get some more information really quick. And then I'm going to turn away and not look at the comments yet. If just drop a green heart, if it resonates with you, it'll narrow down very quickly. Passing quickly, heart, gentle, very gentle soul, very, very smart. Like couldn't read enough books up until the last, very curious mind, very curious mind. And actually, I feel like he's taking my name. He's taking my mind to my best friend growing up, Sarah. Like he keeps saying that is an important name. So I feel like there's an important name, Sarah, around him. Or best friend. He's making me feel like it's like he went on his own terms. I feel like either he was alone, like nobody was with him when he passed. It's like he went quickly, he passed, and then he was either discovered later, and then of course people were upset that they didn't get to say goodbye, but he's saying, I didn't want to hear goodbye. I already knew where everybody stood. I was fine with that. I didn't want to, he's the type that didn't want to scar anyone. So he didn't want someone to live with that, seeing him go. So he was thankful that how it happened. He's also talking about the person I'm connecting with right now that's in the chat would understand a recent car accident, or like a close call, like, and then it's like when that almost happened, or it did happen, there was something where you're like, wow, that could have been way worse than what it was. And like you had that download of, I know that was grandpa that stepped in a car. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So this has to be 100%, by the way. We're going to start with 100% resonates, 100% of the things. And if nobody can take 100%, then we back it off to 90%. He makes me feel like he really enjoyed his quiet time. He didn't mind being alone. He enjoyed that time because he was able to, he would go out. I feel like he would go out into nature and just like be curious about what was out there. He wasn't afraid to explore and to learn. And he showed me like rock climbing. So obviously when you're old, you don't rock climb. Well, you might, you never know. But I feel like there's some reference to rock climbing or mountains. I think there's no coincidence that I was seeing mountains earlier. Rock climbing or mountains. So that would have to make sense somehow with him. But I feel like in his younger days, either he lived by mountains or he's showing me he could see mountains or he would be on mountains. He's talking about his companion. His companion. He makes me feel like his companion would have been like a dog. Like, let's go for a walk. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. He just makes you feel like he lived a very quiet, solitary existence, but he liked that. He was very much to himself. He loved his family. He enjoyed his family. That wasn't about that. He just really enjoyed his quiet time. So where are we on this? So drop the heart if you... Okay. Drop your hearts if it can resonate 100%. Drop the green hearts. I'm going to crack up if it is you, Queen, because like, is it 100%? Like, how are we like, where are we on the evidence? Because there's a few people that can take a lot of this. Now, keep in mind, friends, that Spirit will align you in my room to get a postcard or to say hi. And it may not be them that's connecting to you directly through me, but your loved ones can still come in. And actually, I just did a video on this yesterday because it happened to me popping into 2 different lives. I was getting all this consistent information from one life to the next. It was the same thing, but it was not for me. I think we had a dog buddy, heart issue, quick death. Did his wife pass first? Hyped girl. Okay. This is all making sense. And I don't think it was a coincidence. Do you have enough followers? Oh, you have enough followers. Do you want to pop in the box, Queen? If you want to pop in, if you're in a position to do that and you want to pop in, I can bring you in the box. Just do a guest request. Because I do feel like this is probably Queen. It's not to say the others are not legitimate, but it was weird because she popped in earlier. I got this hit of grandfather, then she left. And then he came back as soon as she, like right as she was coming in again. And all this is landing. So okay, so yeah, you don't have to show your face. Just go ahead and do a request, if I can even do that. I may have turned off request. Hold on. Because I was getting spammer people. I don't know how to do that. Guests. Here we go. Okay, I invite.
There we go. Can you hear me?
I can. Okay, so this man is a big energy. He was a big presence, but I could tell he wasn't a loud presence. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, he was quiet when he did his things and then was very outspoken when he had something to say. So makes sense.
And I feel like because he didn't say a lot, when he did speak, people stopped and were like, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I feel like he didn't say a lot of nonsense. He wasn't a lot about words and nonsense. He was like, let's get to the point. This is how you do it. This is what we need to know. And this is nonsense. We're going to step away from this. And I feel like he was just very direct that way. But also I feel like he would go to bat for you. I feel like he'd have no problem if somebody tried to hurt one of his loved ones. He would not have a problem with stepping in and going, okay, we're done here. Would that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. And he is talking about the tomatoes. You said you guys grew your own food, because he has shown me the tomatoes and the bacon, which would be if you guys had a farm with pigs. Would that make sense?
We absolutely did. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's funny that I'm seeing so many references to my best friend's grandfather, who was not a farmer. He just grew his own tomatoes. It's bacon. Um, but also, did he wear, I'm being drawn to see glasses. I'm assuming he's older, so probably wore
Yeah.
glasses, but like I feel like they were a thicker, he showed me like a thick, dark, like brown or tortoise shell
Yeah, pretty
frame.
big, like bottle cap type style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But he was a very curious person. And I feel like, was he even looking at like organic farming or trying to like do something different? I feel like he was trying to do something different. Would that make sense?
Yeah, I think it was going that direction. And I think he was always conscious of that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
with age and how things went, a little bit
Mhm.
tough, but yeah.
He's making me feel like, okay, this I know it's weird. He's taking me down a rabbit hole of a reference. So he's showing me Iowa now. I'm not thinking Iowa, but it's drawing my attention to someone I know in Iowa who sells butter. Did he make his own butter?
I think him and grandma may have at one point. I mean, they canned everything. They made homemade everything. Like, I mean, I'm assuming that was in there at some point. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm assuming it was not Iowa. Because when I was like Iowa, he's like, no, the butter.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, we're in Canada. So,
Okay. Now, did you guys have? He's showing me a necklace, like a necklace that when my grandparents passed, we had their fingerprints put into charms, and so I got a necklace with each of my grandparents' fingerprints. He's showing me that. Did you guys do something like that, or have some sort? Or just is it something about a necklace or
yeah,
something people
I,
should
I've,
do?
I've definitely wanting to reach out to family to kind of see if I could get some things, but nothing's really happened yet.
Did he smoke a pipe?
He may have way, way, way back when, and then he smoked, and then eventually he quit. But yes, I'm assuming way, way back when. I'm sure I've seen pictures.
Show me a pipe. Because he's showing. All right, again, rabbit hole. Um, so my great grandfather smoked a pipe. And so I saw the pipe and I saw my great grandfather, but then he was like, but where did he work? Allison's. He worked for Allison's. And he's like, say the name Allison. Does Allison make sense to you? Is there an Allison around him that would make sense?
Yeah, she is my best friend since I was 7, and we all had a cabin at the same location, and he loved her like a granddaughter. Wow, weird. Yeah. No,
This,
yeah, she's my best friend.
and did he teach her how to fish? Is he the one that showed her how to fish, or did he something about fishing, or he
Yeah.
taught her something? There was something he
Yeah.
taught her.
We were always on the lake together. He taught us both everything. Yeah.
And he did. He thought of her as a granddaughter.
Hmm.
And are you more of, I feel like, okay, looking at you and looking at him, I feel like he grounded you where you tend to be. I mean, your name is Queen with a Dream. I feel like that's big Leo energy, big dreams, right? But I feel like you were more like the outgoing, I'm going to go do this and da 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 da, I'm going to be famous. And he's always that person that helped ground you and be a safe space for you. Would that make sense?
Yes, in the safe space, especially. Like, I didn't have that in my home, but his home was safe.
Yes.
So I very, very much understand that.
Would you understand that he said, I cannot make excuses for someone, either his child or like I guess it would be one of your parents, but he makes you feel like he can't make excuses, but he was there to help as much as he could. Would that make sense?
Yeah, his son was my
Your dad. Okay.
abuser, essentially. Yeah.
I feel like, and did you ever have a conversation about he makes you feel like it's okay for you to forgive and move on. It's
It's
okay
it's
not to forget, but it's
it's the
okay.
only piece that I hold is that I kind of came forward to everyone, but I didn't push that hard conversation. Like I feel like he knew, but there was a geographical distance at the time, and I think he
Right.
kind of just understood it was hard for me to connect, you know.
Yeah.
But I still wonder if that was the right call or not. I feel like, you know.
Yes. He makes me feel like he's telling you, yes, you made the right decisions. And I feel like he's like, you did the best you could by putting one foot in front of the other. And he's very proud of you because he makes you feel like you are a 100% survivor and you take no shit.
Yeah, I really don't.
Where
Yeah,
he's
I
more likely to take it, to absorb it for someone else, to give the compassion where you don't. Like you're
hmm hmm
compassionate, but you're not going to be like, look, you have issues, don't come at me.
hmm
Where he'd be
Yeah,
more accepting, like, okay, well, you can give that all to me, I'll put it in my back pocket and let's
yeah,
talk about it.
yeah,
Okay. And I
absolutely.
feel like that's more of his energy, where you are a listen. I feel like you have no tolerance for victims. Does that make sense? Not
Yeah,
like people who live in victim mentality, and you're just like, mm-mm, no. You know
yeah.
what? You're not going to get what you need. You're not going to get out. You got to get out of your own way. And the longer you say out loud, are you working on manifesting right now? Because he's talking about you working on manifesting and working on clearing out the mind. Are you helping other people? I know nothing about you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
I actually work with special needs children as a developmental specialist, and both of my kids have extra needs, so that is what I do.
okay.
Yeah,
And you
and
don't let
there's
them be victims. You empower them. Does that make sense?
absolutely, it's all about inclusion for me, 100%.
Yeah, he's acknowledging that. He's very, very proud of that. Um, and I feel like there were other friends that would come with you or come to like be around them, that he would see that maybe they weren't from a great background or didn't have the tools. And I feel like he was just always that person to be like, well, here, you know what? Let me show you. Never judgmental, but let me show you how to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like he was really
absolutely.
good about teaching people.
Absolutely. And I just followed him around the farm as a little kid. So
Mhm.
it was awesome.
But yeah, and I don't know, has he ever, I started to ask if he's ever come through like this. He said one time. Has he come through to you one other time like
Yeah,
this?
in a dream about 2 weeks after he passed, we
Oh,
connected. And then I've been feeling him more and more lately. So it kind of makes me feel at peace that he's
yeah.
doing his thing,
Is
you
he
know?
is his birth? Is there a significant birthday coming up? Because he's showing me. He's showing me like my grandfather and I. Our birthdays are really close to each other, like within a few days of each other, and we always celebrated together. But he makes me either he's the Leo energy coming up, or there's a birthday connection of close birthdays where your birthday's close. You said his birthday was in. No, that wasn't you. Somebody else said that.
Yeah, my birthday just passed. So, and yeah, his is coming up. I think it's at the beginning of August. So,
Okay, yeah, because I was like August. August.
yeah,
He would show me my grandfather's birthday, which is in August.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Did you the first year he was passed? Did you guys like release balloons? He's talking about balloons. Like on his birthday, was there something about balloons? Does that make sense to you?
I think they just did like a couple Sundays ago, they did like a thing back home. I couldn't make it, but yes, I believe there was a like a ceremony type thing again as well. So
Is he saying thank you for that, and he's
yeah,
not upset that you couldn't go?
yeah, I'm worried about that.
Nah.
I'm so
Okay.
connected to him though, right? Like I know it's a humanly thing, so it's nice not to carry that, but
No, he is
of
with
course
you.
it's not
He's
great to be there, but
no, he's with you a lot. And actually, um, I actually feel like did you just recently say out loud, I wish you would come through. I feel like you asked for this. Does that make sense?
I play baseball tonight and I literally told him I was going to rip it up for him this morning.
Okay. Because
I was thinking about him a lot today.
he's going back to the butter, like buttering toast. Did you have toast for breakfast? Or
Yeah,
put
he
butter
made the
on top?
best toast. I don't know how, but it was just better than I could. It was so weird. And the way yeah, I don't know. That's so weird. And I can still like remember waking up for breakfast and that's what you would smell would be his toast, you know? Yeah, interesting.
So it's funny. So earlier today, I was recording a podcast with someone, and the story came up, and so now I'm curious to know, and you'll have to like reach out and let me know if this plays out, because he's showing me a reference of someone that I had done a reading for here on TikTok, where I was like, why do I see your mom like taking a baseball and assisting it far away? And he's like, oh my gosh, there's a video that had like that I put out, my son, like he hit the ball and it just went way further than what it should have, and it like made it onto ESPN and had like millions of views. And I'm like, that's so random and so specific. And so he's showing me that. So don't be surprised if you go out there and like there's some reference to like him helping a ball just do its thing or helping you somehow. So he's gonna be out there with you. Just know that. He's gonna be there with you. He's always there with you. And I think that's important for you to know. And was he a person that would come up and hug you from behind?
Yeah, he was a hugger for sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like he comes up from behind. He's specifically showing from behind. So just be aware of that energy. If you feel like that breeze or that energy that tingles up your spine or from the back, just know that that's him coming up behind you. It's also a sense of him having your back. His name's not Michael, is it? Because I mean, he's showing me like Archangel Michael, but
No, but that's my favorite. That's my go-to.
Archangel.
Yeah,
Okay.
for about
He's like
3 years now. Yeah.
he's like Archangel Michael and I were besties. Like
Wow,
that's his vibe. Okay.
that's awesome. I have a business opportunity coming up in September. Is there like a vibe or anything that he feels around that? Like, is this something I should just jump right into and like it's a pretty big shift for me to get into the community, and I'm just curious as to whether or not that's the right vibe for me.
He's showing me there's some things that haven't been revealed yet about this situation. And he said there are two things that are coming that are going to be on your path, and it's going to help you make the right decision. And he said it's part of the path, that part, and this sounds like a cop out, but he's saying this is a moment for you, and either you're going to jump in. There's going to be two things that are going to help you decide, and once you decide, it's going to be game on. But I feel like whatever this is, that is one of the spiritual path, like going down spiritual, doing something spiritual.
I think for now I would keep both connected to like the like special needs community, but one of them definitely gives me more ability to kind of do what I do from a spiritual side. So
But there's
it's
some things that have to get out of the way. He's like, there's some things that you have to approach on the path and address. And a lot of times when they do this, it's just because you can't just be told. And also, he's like, yeah, I'm like, you'd listen to me anyway,
fair.
because you're a person who has to find out on your own. I feel like you have to figure this out. Like you're just that person, and that's okay. I'm that way. My mom would be like, hey, don't run into that fire. But what if I did? And what if my experience was different than yours? Don't you think I should have the opportunity to experience that fire? Like that's me. And I feel like he's saying he wants you to also just know that the decision has to be yours. That there's no right or wrong decision. It's just a decision. And I get this analogy a lot. Like no matter what, like you've got checkpoints and destinations that you're going to go through in life, right? And boxes of check. Before you come in, we're like, okay, I'm going to get this, and this done. And we try to align ourselves in paths ahead of time that are going to get us those opportunities. But our human brain gets in the way sometimes. We don't always take those paths. But I feel like no matter what, we're going to get to a destination. And just like when you put an address in GPS, it's like turn right, and you're like, but I turned left because I thought that was the better path than what you were suggesting, Siri. And I feel like it's just, but no matter what, it's going to go rerouting and just give you a different route. You're always just going to be rerouted to where you're ultimately going to be called. And I feel like he's drawing attention to that. He's like, don't get caught up in the path. Don't get caught up in the decision making. Be discerning based on what's coming in your way. By the time you're faced with the decision, when it's game time, you're going to know exactly what to do.
Okay. Makes sense. So just keep moving. Just keep
Yeah,
moving and just get
keep
there.
moving. Yep,
Yeah.
keep moving. Because there's going to be something to reveal itself that makes you go, I know exactly what I need to do. and it won't be a question. But part of that process, part of your learning, part of your lessons is understanding how to navigate those challenges or navigate those things and recognize and discern what those mean.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. And keep doing
Beautiful.
all this great work. And thank you for allowing me to pop you in the box. And it's so much easier than trying to wait for the chat. We can
Totally.
we can just keep rolling that way. So just know that I think it's great that he stepped in, and I had no idea if you were still here or not, and he just stepped away, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll just keep reading cards, and came back and you're like, I just came back.
Yeah, I reset up my son's food pump and then I came back and then he was like, well, he was patient right till now. And I'm like, oh, me too.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. And he is talking about taking better care of yourself.
Yes, I just put myself back on the list and got some more nurses to come in so I can get back to the gym and started playing ball again. So I definitely could feel that's needed.
Yes, because he said you're a little bit out of balance, and
Yeah,
you need to be recharged in order to give to the people that you are called to help. And that you're doing a
absolutely.
beautiful job helping, but you cannot allow yourself to be depleted, because then you're just not going to be any help to anybody else. So allow yourself those times and those moments to rejuvenate and raise your vibration. And good for you for playing baseball and getting out there and doing all the things. It's going to
Thank
be
you
very
so
helpful.
much.
You're so welcome. Well, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys letting me read for you. Grandfather's a lovely energy, and I'm glad that I got to connect with him.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Ooh, I don't know how to pop people out. There we go. Well, that was kind of cool. What do you guys think of that? What was that? That was awesome. I love it when spirit moves in like that. Right, Tracy? Jen! I don't have any glasses to wait, hold on. Let me. Psychic Jen is in the house. How was that, Jen? I'm good. I'm glad, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even ask your actual name. Sorry about that. So we have a thing. Psychic Jen and Carrie the Psychic. We've got a thing tonight. We're talking past lives. We're talking Akashic Records. All three of us practice in this area, but we all three approach it very differently. We're going to talk about evidence. We're talking about like how to get there and how different modalities are good for different people. And that's okay. So make sure you guys are following and jumping in, and we're gonna have people popping in. It is, oh, thank you, Jimmy. I was getting ready to say it is 8:00 Eastern, which makes it 7:00 Central. Pacific, it's 5:00, which makes Mountain 6:00. So look at me. I know all the time zones. You're welcome. Yeah, make sure you guys are following, and also make sure you're following me, because I'm going to host it, and then tap on my thing, and then when it comes up, hit the bell to say all, get all notifications when I'm going to go live, because then that way you'll get noticed, or you'll get a notice tonight. Thank you for the team heart thing. Wanted to do a past life regression. See, there you go. And so come on in, and it is going to be fire, right, Jen? So make sure you come in and check it out tonight, because then you can kind of discern. Again, the three of us do very, very different. We practice very differently. So it'd be really cool. Like if maybe you don't know who to go to get this accomplished, right? So just come in, watch, learn, ask questions. Please ask questions. It'll be a really great roundtable discussion, and I'm super excited for it. I can't even tell you. So make sure you guys are following Psychic Jen also, because she's going to be in there. And I think Carrie is like probably living a life right now and working and doing full-time mediumship with other people right now. So, and so I know she's got upcoming classes. I know Jen's got upcoming classes for all this stuff. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see. And happy summer solstice day to you, Marbert. Yeah. And what's funny is we planned this, and it didn't occur to me till yesterday that, oh, and by the way, it's summer solstice. How cool is that? Yeah. The energy is going to be fire. I'm super excited for it. So make sure you guys are tuning in, follow, and again, hit the bell so you get notifications when I go live, because in that way you'll, in case you forget, because it's a long day between now and then, make sure you get notified when I go live. I don't go live a whole lot. When I do, I try to make it count, just because I've been so busy. But like today, I was like, I need to go do some cards right now. Oh, look, there's a spirit here. And so we bounce back and forth between the psychic stuff and the mediumship stuff. So there we go. All right. I think, who wants to do some more cards? Let's see, what time is it? How am I doing on time? I feel like I'm supposed to be somewhere, but I'm really not. What's crazy is I'm not used to like not going to work. It's weird. Yeah. Because I just don't teach. I don't teach as many nights throughout the week, or for summer. For summer, I'm off. All right, so let's do some more. So this is what we do. We're going to tap the screen. Let's get to 48.8, because that's a cool number. 48.8 thousand. So tap the screen. Thank you, baby cakes. Tap the screen. We're going to get to 48.8, and then I will turn my head. You guys will spam away your name and location, and I will choose someone. Oh man, you're fast. You guys are fast. All right, here we go. So you're going to drop your name and location, and I'm going to choose someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Kim in Ohio. Wait, didn't I? Kim in Ohio, I read you earlier and you didn't respond. Did I read for you earlier? I'm pretty sure I have you written down right here. Kim in Ohio. I wonder which ones those were. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read for you already. That's crazy, but I don't remember what my reading was for you. Let's see if she responds. Make sure I have the right Kim in Ohio. Ooh, man, everything's going fast. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, I already did you. Okay, so do you mind if I do someone else then? Just because fair's fair. All right. Let's see, who's going to be Ned? Oh, then, okay, here we go. Let's drop it. We're at 50,000. We're going to choose someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Monica in Michigan. And thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. Monica in Michigan. Okay, so tap, while I'm doing her cards, tap the screen, make sure you're following me, and share the live. Yeah, get me out there in the algorithms. And also go watch my videos when you get a chance. I'm funny. I'm just saying. All right, Monica, Michigan, you have the 4 of Swords reversed. This tells me you're coming out of a time of contemplation. It is healing after heartbreak, and when it's upright, it's that healing time after a heartbreak or kind of a bad situation. And when it's reversed like that, it's like you're coming out of it. Let's see what comes with it. Hidden motivations. So I feel like, ooh, this like really sync. I love it when the cards sync up the color, because when I see this purple color, that royal purple, I think of the crown chakra and that oversoul knowing of things. Oh, and my cool crown that has a thing that's purple right there. I feel like you have taken the time to step back from a situation. Either someone has been hiding something from you, or there's been some sort of motivation that, and maybe it's you, maybe you've got a motivation that is just kind of finally coming to the surface and getting you moving, getting you but I feel like there's just time of coming out of contemplation, out of sitting back and observing. And I feel like you're seeing things for what they really are. Because sometimes people put on a really good mask and they can make you think. Sometimes they convince themselves that they mean something, or that, and not always the case. Not always the case, but I feel like there's something that's coming up that you're finally starting to realize and recognize, whether it's in yourself or someone else, that there's a different motivation. And maybe, oh, excuse me. I feel like this is someone else. I feel like you're seeing somebody for who they are. Would that make sense to you, Monica? Answer in all caps so I can see you, because my old eyes. Thank you. Thanks, Gail. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense because I feel like there's hidden motivations or it's not even necessarily malice. It's you look at someone and go, they just bought me flowers. Why? And you want to be thankful. You want to embrace the positive. You want to embrace the motivation, but you're also like, something's off. I want you to honor that off. And if that means you have to kind of check yourself and go, what's triggering me to be suspicious, or what's triggering me to be suspicious of you? Yeah. So I would say it's you're contemplating, or you're finally starting to see the reality of the situation. Honor it. Just honor it, because I feel like Spirit's really helping. Also, Spirit is moving a lot of people out of your life right now, aren't they? Does that make sense to you? I feel like some people have just kind of like fallen away, or you've had or they'll pick on dumb things and then they're like, we're never speaking to you again. And I feel like there's just people moving out. Would that make sense to you? Yes. Okay. Let them go. Make like Frozen and let them go. Yeah. Let it go. Okay. Because you have got to vibe in a place that is true to yourself. And I feel like you're finally starting to realize some things about yourself and accept things about yourself. You do. Okay. And as you accept these things about yourself, other people that can't deal with it and don't want to face things that they see in you, they don't want to accept them about themselves, they're going to fall away. A perfect example is a couple going on a diet together. They both, okay, yeah, we're going to lose weight. And then one starts, the other's like, well, not really vibing with that. So then they start sabotaging the other because they don't want to have to raise up to the expectation of the other person. Does that make sense? Or it can happen with friends, not just couples, but friends, where one person just doesn't rise to the occasion. So they start to try to cut people off the knees to bring them down to the same vibe. Don't let them cut you down. Yeah. Pull up that ladder. Yeah. They can't handle your situation. That makes perfect sense. And you know what? They don't need to, because you got this. They don't need to. And you're going to align yourself with people who can help and support you through your situation. They're not equipped to do that. So let them go. Send them away with love and light. Help, send them the energy to find themselves and all that. But vibe at a place that's going to allow you to attract people that can handle it and can help you. I love Elise Myers, she's one of my favorite creators. Something that she said, oh, I'm too much. You say I'm too much. Go find less. Not, I'm going to come down to your level, but go find less. And I feel like that's where you are. You're like, go find less, because I'm going to be up here, because this is where I vibe and this is where I know I'm being true to my soul, and allow that to happen. That's a lesson for the class, by the way. Y'all are welcome. Free schooling from Lorenda Carr Medium. So, but thank you. Thank you for Monica for being in the room and allowing me to read for you. Yeah. Tell them to go find less. You be you. And sometimes when we are ourselves, we find later like, wow, that was a lot. I was a lot. And then we adjust, and that's okay too. All right. You can still be learning and accepting the lessons and accepting the growth and allowing yourself to evolve and change. But you have to be true to your path and honor your path and your learning. All right. So here we go. Let's tap the screen, and let's get to 57.7 thousand. Tap until we get to 57.7 thousand. And then I'm going to do another reading. So tap. And also, if you're asking me for a reading, at least be following me. I do pay attention to those things, right? Make sure you're following me and share the live. Share the live. All right. We're almost to the 57.7. And then, oh, hang on. We gotta block some people. Hold on. We're blocking. Nope. Okay. Yeah, don't inbox that person, because we don't want them doing that. Okay, sorry. Whew. Now we've gone way past our 57.7, but that's okay. I was worried. I was getting people out. When people come into my lives, by the way, and say, oh, inbox me, love, blah, 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 just be like, no, ignore. Usually I've got mods in here, but I think they've all failed. It happens. Because I never give them a heads up, like, I'm going to go live at such and such a day. Does this work for you? They're just like, oh shit, Lorenda's on again. They pop in, try to help. And oh, there we go. Susie's still here. Thank you, Susie, for hanging in. All right. So first name and location, and I'll choose the first name that I see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Christina in New Hampshire. Christina Marie. Oh my goodness. Okay. Christina. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. What does Christina need to know? Here we go. Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, Page of Pentacles reversed. Are we not learning a lesson about money or material things? Or do you have a child around you that's wastefully spending, or an immature person? Ooh, deception. Oh, hey. All right, so. So if there's an immature person around you, or maybe it's yourself, I don't know. I feel like there's somebody making really immature decisions, really bad decisions. Oh, interesting. Oh, Krista. I see Krista. Okay, so this could be a postcard for you, Krista, but Christina Marie. Oh, here, hold on. You want me to mod Rose? I can mod Rose. Rose, wave. Give me a wave and I'll mod you. There we go. I'll get you. I got you, Rose. Okay, you're a mod now. There we go. So lovingly, friends, if you put your questions in the chat, you'll be muted for your own protection, because we have a lot of scammers pretending to be me. I will never reach out to you in a DM. I'm not even going to follow you, not because I'm a jerk, but just because I want you to understand that it's not me. Okay. All right. So when you get off this live, people in here right now are going to have people in, you're going to have people in your DMs, just so you know. All right. Ignore them. It's not me. It's, oh, grand rising loved one. What is your sign? I feel you. No, that's not me. Okay. All right. So back to Christina Marie in New Hampshire. I feel like, so how I can give the best likening. Okay. So like I have got kids who might be like, my son goes, works, gets money, and then he just spends it on crap. Then I'm like, so where's all the money? I mean, I don't know. What are you buying? Just, stuff. He's blowing it. Yeah. Cause he's 20 and that's what they do. Right. So I feel like either you or someone around you is doing this, right? You or someone around you is doing this. And I want you to call your attention to it. Be honest. If it's you, be honest with yourself about what's happening with your dollars. Okay. Or the whatever material thing that it is. Okay. And so either you need to be honest with yourself, or you need to see somebody for who they are. Okay. Don't be afraid to call yourself or the other person on the carpet. Be held accountable for it. All right. And listen to your intuition. I feel like sometimes you question, like, well, maybe I'm being too much. Maybe I'm overthinking things. No, you're not. You're not. You're seeing things for what they are and honor that. Okay. So thank you, Christina Marie, for being in my live. All right. So make sure you guys are following me if you're asking me for a reading. All right. Also, I'm going to be doing an event tonight with past lives, with 2 other creators that are amazing, Psychic Jen and Carrie the Psychic. So make sure when you follow me, make sure you also hit the bell and get notifications for events. So that way you know when I'm live tonight. Okay. All right. So if you ask for a reading, if you put your question in, you're going to be lovingly muted for 5 seconds, just to get it out of the chat. Not because we hate you. It's for your own protection. Just because I got so many scammers. I have scammers that will come in with my picture, my screen name, pretending to be me, trying to solicit people Like, inbox me, love. Not even joking. It's ridiculous. The scamming is real. Let's see that I still haven't made it through rewatching my regression. Well, Emily, you better get on it. I feel like, Emily, I feel like something has come to pass since then. You need to go rewatch it. You won't even need to rewatch the whole thing. There's something that has come to pass already that I think you have forgotten about, is what I'm hearing. Reggie, my friend, hello. And make sure you guys are following Reggie also, just because it's awesome. It's a great medium. Reads cards, does all the things, goes live late at night. It's an awesome dude. All right. Yes, Lorena loves you. I will not be, yes, correct. I will not ask to be your friend because I am your friend. All right. So let's see. Let's do another. You guys up for some more cards? Oh, let's see. Definitely seeing some changes in my mediumships. See. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. All right, let's do some more. All right, so let's tap the screen until we get to 68.8. 68.8. Tap the screen, and once we get to 68.8, which is going to be like in no time flat, then you can drop your name and location. All right, here we go. Name and location, and I'm going to choose the first name I see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's going to be? Tanya in Saskatchewan. Tanya in Saskatchewan. I'm not even trying to spell it all the way through. All right, let's see. What does Tanya need to know? You get the devil card. The devil card just tells me you're chained to something. Let's see, but before I go on my rant and get all judgy, I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. I love the devil card. There's so much information in the devil card. It's insane. Loss. All right, so be careful that you don't become your own worst enemy. Okay? I just heard that. Sometimes when we lose things or when life changes, comes at us really, really fast, or something leaves or someone leaves our life, you have to be careful not to become your own worst enemy. Kat, you're back. Hello, my friend. Make sure you guys are following Kat, by the way. She's also developing medium and amazing. Love her. And just awesome. So I feel like and in the energy of, like, the devil is the energy of addiction. And I'm not saying you're addicted to anything. It's that addiction to negativity, addiction to, it can be actual things, but addiction to codependency. Like, and I feel like when something is lost, we feel like a part of us went with it and we don't know who we are. Again, I actually have a video that I've recorded about this exact thing that I just haven't put out yet. So keep an eye out for it. I have to tweak it a little bit, but it's coming out. When you go through major changes, for instance, when I went through my divorce, I completely lost myself. It's like I had to go back and figure out who I was before I got married, because I completely had lost who I was, what my trajectory was, where I was going to go. Everything changed because I didn't think I would ever be divorced, you know? And it took me 2 years. And for each time I had a kid, it took me 2 years to re-find myself. So when you go through major life events, it takes a couple years sometimes to really work through that cycle and get back into a better place of, oh, there you are, when you look in the mirror and see who you are. And I feel like either you or someone around you is kind of going through that. If it's someone around you, have patience with them. Okay. Benjamin, how are you? Ben. Everybody follow Benjamin. He's the one that told me about the person to make the crown. Mystic Mind Design. And also, he's just like an amazing reader. Probably one of the most underrated readers on this app, I would say. And I don't say that lightly. I'm just saying. Okay? I know, right, Kat? Mystic Mind Design. I love it. It's like my favorite thing that I own right now. Just saying. All right. So anyway, thank you very much, Tanya. Tanya, I hope you saw that. Thanks, Ben. I gotta look good for my show tonight that I'm doing with Psychic Jen and and Carrie the psychic. I always mess up her thing. We were talking about past lives and past life regression and Akashic records, and I'm so excited for this talk tonight, 8:00. Yes, past lives thing. I am so excited because the three of us read so differently and we approach it so differently, but we have the same expectations of the ethical part of it and the evidential part of it. And the outcome is still the same, even though our approaches are different. It's pretty wild. So yeah, make sure you guys tune in 8:00 Eastern time. It'll be on I'm hosting it, so it'll be on my channel. So just make sure that you're not only following me, but hit the bell. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Kat. So make sure you hit the bell so you get notified when I go live. Okay. JK Eastern. It's 7:00 for somebody. Thank you very much. All right, so let's do this again. You know what's cool is I don't have to teach. I don't have to go teach for 5 hours, like in a minute, right? It'll be 5:00 Pacific is what it is. 5:00 Pacific, 7:00 Central, 8:00 Eastern. So I guess you throw in the 6:00 Mountain if you want to get specific. Okay. But thank you, Kat, for pinning that. All right. Who wants another card? We're ready for another card? Let's do it. Let's do another card. So, let's get to 75.5 thousand. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Tap the screen. 70, what did I say? 75? What did I say? Crap, I forget what I said. So let's just jump in because I forgot what number I just said. I think I said 75.5. Okay, well, we're there, so it's fine. All right, drop your name and your location, and I will choose someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Megan in Michigan. Ooh, Megan, you've been hanging out for a while. Yay, I'm glad you're up next. So you'll notice, everyone, that you don't see me sitting here shuffling cards and they're not flying everywhere. No. How I work with my guides is I shuffle them and I'm like, all right, spirit led. This, to me, it is true spirit led. Whatever card is there is for the next person that I choose, period. Yeah, that's how it is. I don't have to cleanse my deck by shuffling them and flying them everywhere. I don't have time for that. Mama doesn't have time for that. Okay. All right, Megan. 2 of Pentacles reversed comes up for you. 2 of Pentacles reversed. And it comes with commitment. Ooh. Okay. So, hi, Fleur. Welcome back. I feel like, so Megan, so the 2 of Pentacles is about juggling and like, I just got too many balls in the air, right? And at some point you're like, bitches, I'm tired of juggling all this. And you're like, gonna throw dropped a ball. Dropped a ball on accident. And I feel like right now you are committing to yourself to do less juggling. Does that make sense? Like you're just like, I'm done. And you know what? With this being summer solstice, it makes sense. A lot of us moving into that summer mentality of doing less craziness. Me, not teaching as much, right? Just for the summer. So it makes sense for you. Just make that commitment to yourself because people are still going to try to throw balls at you and your instinct is going to be to catch them. It's going to be a reflex to catch the balls. And you need to do like my dog does. When I'm throwing, balls at her, she will only catch the ones that she in her mind have committed to. And if I'm throwing the wrong ones, she will just sit there and look at it. It'll bounce off her face and she'll be like, not the right ball. Right? So I just really want you to stay committed to saying no to catching other people's stuff. Okay? And allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to take a break. Allow yourself to rejuvenate and get out and enjoy the sun. I feel like you're a person who does like outside. Do you like to go out? Are you a get outside, put your feet in the ground and be like, okay, I feel like you need to get outside. I like to go outside too. I'm just allergic to everything. So I'm like, well, this was fun, and sneeze. Does that make sense to you, Megan? Love the water. Okay. Are you a fire sign by chance? Just out of curiosity. I feel like the water calms the fire. Air, okay. Some sort of fire. I would be curious to know, like, what I'm not good at the whole astrology thing, but I feel like there's something in your birth chart, like in your other signs, that's fiery, that the water helps to calm. So I feel like there is something to that. But also I feel like you get in your head a lot. That makes sense, Kat. Yeah. But I feel like you get in your head a lot. And the air signs do that. Air signs are thinkers. They get, and when I see like swords in the tarot are air, and they're always in your head. Okay. Water allows emotion to flow. In the tarot, water is emotion, psychic energy, artistic ability, and the air signs tend to be up, like in their head, thinking so much. And the water brings you down and allows you to process emotions a little bit more. Okay, so just understand that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, get out of your head. Go find water. It's summertime. Enjoy it. Although, are you up north? North, is it colder than usual right now where you are, or cooler than usual is what I'm hearing? Does that make sense to you? Sounds like it'd be great to get out, except it's not warm enough, or something about not warm enough, or not, there's something stopping you from getting out in water. Does that make sense? You are north. Okay. Yeah, just make it happen. Make it happen. Because it's going to help you. It's going to help bring you out of the clouds and help ground you and pull you down here. So, Patty Stovall, healers in the house too. All right. So thank you for letting me read for you, Megan. Appreciate you so much. All right. Are we doing another card, friends? Are we doing another one? I think we should do another one. Hello, Patty. I enjoyed watching you guys talk last night. That's kind of cool. Sending you lots and lots of love, my friend. All right, let's get to 81,000. Oh, there we go. That was fast. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and drop your name. Thank you, Flora. Name and location. I'm going to do another reading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Margot in Long Beach. Margot in Long Beach. Okay, let's see here. What does Margot need to know? 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands comes up for you, Margot. Now, when I see this card, I often think of choosing your battles wisely. Okay, but let's see what card goes with it, because I've got a couple different things that my mind goes to. Family, friends, and guides. Yeah, choose your battles wisely. And I feel like when I see the 5 of Wands, I think of like Game of Thrones or those kind of shows where they would be sword fighting in the courtyard, training, but they're not using real swords. They're using like wooden swords or dull swords, so they can, which still probably hurt. However, no one's getting, pierced with it, right? So it's that mock battle. It's like dance competition. You go and you're going to give your best and you're going to compete and you want to win. But in the end, it's really not a battle. Okay. It's a battle of you doing the best with yourself. So all that being said, I also see it as choose your battles wisely. When you go toe to toe, when you're ready to battle with someone, is that battle worth compromising either yourself or someone else in a situation? And if you are battling with something internally, turn to your friends and family and your spirit guides. Okay. Maybe you're battling something internally, but the 5s are conflict and they're battle. And when I see the Wands, it's something that you're passionate about, that gets you really fired up and you're ready to go toe to toe. And I feel like your spirit guides just are like, yeah, choose them wisely. So I hope that makes sense for you. Does that make sense, Margot? Talk to me. Thank you, my Beyond Worlds. Isn't it amazing? I got it through, it's custom done through Mystic Mind Designs. She's fantastic at what she does. Okay. So much happening. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. All right, so let's see here. How are we doing on time? How am I doing on time? I don't have anywhere to be. That's what's funny. I just want to make sure I don't wear myself out. Actually, I don't wear myself doing this. I like get energized, but I do know do need to clean up my environment. I got to go clean my house a little bit. All right, so let's see. We'll spend another few more minutes here doing some readings. Let's tap the screen till we get to 85.5. And also, if you're not following me but asking for a reading, rude. At least follow me, for goodness sake. If you would like to watch my live later that I'm going to be doing, make sure you hit the bell so you can get notified that because we're talking about past lives. All right, here we go. Now, time to drop your name and location. Name and location. And I'm going to choose someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And who's it going to be? Rebecca in California. Rebecca in California. I need to make a trip out to California. I haven't been there in a little while. I like that place. Good vibes. All right, 6 of Wands, winning. That's winning energy. I love this. And let's see what comes with it. What are you winning at? A consciousness of lack. And number 5. Okay, so this is kind of a reverse of what I just did for Margot. It's winning. It is making a choice to say, I'm going to overcome the things that I feel like I am losing at. I feel like there's a sense of like you're missing out on something. You have lack. You're lacking something. But I feel like Spirit's like, but you're not. Focus on what you do have. Focus on the positive things that you have. And while you might feel like something is empty and heavy, it's not as bad as you think. Start focusing on that positive energy so you can start embracing the... Also, are you not using your voice in something? Hello, Lee. How are you? You're not using your voice on something. Rebecca, are you not using your voice? Oh, thank you, Virginia. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. When I get that, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. But you want to make sure you're not focusing on the negative. Make sure you're focusing on the positive. And I know it's so cliche, and I hate it when Spirit drops those kind of things. Thank you, Lee, for the roses. Mwah. Love you so much. So 6 of Wands energy is getting up on that horse and seeing things from a higher perspective and going, I'm winning at this, this, and this. Okay. And I really feel like by you saying out loud what you're winning at, what you are doing well, what you see as the positive, even if it's like one minute thing, like you got a whole yard full of dead grass, but there's one blade. Focus on that one blade, right? If you're like, but I have that one blade that's still alive, which means there's still hope. Cling to that. Okay. And go talk to that blade of grass. Be like, I love you. You should multiply so we can have all this greenery everywhere. All right. So focus on the positive. And I really do believe that things are going to shift for you. I feel like you've kind of been in a five funk. It's what the fives are conflict. And I feel like you kind of had a lot of things coming at you lately, and you're just like, God, stop, get away, get away, get away, get away. Swatting at flies and mosquitoes, but you're like in the middle of the forest where they're plentiful, right? You are. Yeah. So focus on the positives. And I really think for you, you're going to come out of that darkness. You kind of can't see the forest for the trees right now. And I feel like you're going to come out of that. There's a clearing 3 trees away. There's a clearing. You just can't see it. So focus on the path, focus on putting one foot in the front of the other, and you are going to get there. I promise you. Okay. And much blessings and much luck to you, because I feel like you need that extra bit of love and energy. So I'm sending it to you. Hi, Janelle. Nice to see you. All right. So thank you. Rebecca. Okay. You're welcome. You are welcome. All right. So who's going to be next? Because guess what? I don't have to work today. And I don't think this is work. This is fun. I love this stuff. Who else likes free readings? I like free readings. I love free readings. Okay. So really quick housekeeping here. My mods are awesome right now. If you get muted, it's for only like 5 seconds, and it's just to clear your questions if you drop a question. Okay. I know, right, Fleur? I don't have to like run off to work. So interesting. I wonder if a spirit's moving in. There's a spirit moving in. So we might be doing some mediumship. No, we're doing some mediumship. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Let me get my paper turned over here. Because I've got what feels like an uncle energy coming through. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're moving into mediumship. So I have a spirit that's just stepped in. I'm going to honor it. And I feel like they're drawing my attention to my crown, which is inspired by Outlander. And I feel like there's either a Scottish connection or Scottish heritage. I know, Autumn, seatbelts on. I know. And Spirit's been on fire today. Oh, so on fire today. So this is what we're going to do. Let's put blue heart. Oh, see? Okay. Let's do blue hearts in the comments. Let's hold your comments. Blue hearts if this 100% resonates. We're going to start with 100%. Okay, but I just said uncle. So how do you know? How do you know, Margot? How do you know, Lee? We don't know yet. Unless you have an uncle in Scotland, then maybe, or a Scotland connection. So it's fine. It is fine. Send the energy. Here we go. We're going to send it. So blue hearts if this resonates. And I'm going to kind of lean into this energy as he connects with me. Oh, he's making me feel hard to breathe. I'm just going to get a bunch of evidence first. You guys keep putting the energy in there. My mods are going to mute you if you throw comments in just yet. Just because I don't want that to clog up the feed. Okay. It's making it hard to breathe. Uncle, there's a Scottish connection. Either they were from Scotland or there's a Scottish heritage that has been traced. It's something about proud Scottish heritage or Scottish heritage. Like he's showing me straight up kilt. I'm seeing a kilt. And this is definitely an uncle that may have been makes me feel like he became an uncle young. He was a young uncle. Young uncle. So he almost felt like a brother more than an uncle, like brotherly energy, but he's an uncle. And where he's coming in, I know whoever I'm talking to, he's an uncle. But I feel like he was a really proud uncle. There's a connection to looking like this uncle, either looking like or being just like he's drawing a connection. When I see this connection, it's taking credit for or being connected to in a specific way. And either they look like him or they act like him. They've got the same temper. Ooh, he may have had a temper. And he's ride or die, but he's also very free. He reminds me like a motorcycle rider. I don't know that he rode motorcycles, but I feel like that mentality of like, you're not going to tell me what to do. Very proud, very, maybe he did ride a motorcycle. Like the wind in his hair, very free spirit, but also knew when to get down to business. And I feel like he's hard to breathe, and I feel like he died young. He died young, meaning like I'm 50, I'll be 52, like in a couple months, and I feel like he's like died young, meaning he didn't live to be ripe old age. Okay, so how's this working out? How many 100% has to make sense, has to resonate. Where are we right now? Okay, so we have a few. We have a few still. Okay. What's funny is he's giving me references to Outlander. So either whoever watches this is like into Outlander, or there's some reference there. And I feel like, so either the name Roger would make sense, or someone like the character Roger in Outlander. Like something about him. I'm seeing a beard. I'm seeing a beard, like a brown beard. A lot of questions about your heritage. He's talking about the beard. He showed me Roger's beard. Beard. Hard to breathe. Died probably like young. Like he died sooner than anybody else suspected. Let's see, who else taking 100% at this? Yeah, Sunshine and Rain still taking 100%. I hope the person didn't leave. Courtney's still taking 100%. How are they? So those of you who have hearts left, like give me some context. So he's making me feel like an uncle, like he was an uncle, whether it's to the person that I'm talking to or he was an uncle to somebody and he was proud of that. Became an uncle. Read the room, Michaela. We're right in the middle of a reading. Right in the middle of a reading. Well, who doesn't watch Outlander 100 times, Mimi? Doesn't everyone? So my reference to Outlander is more of a character that I know of. It's not about Outlander. It is honestly about a character. Either the name Roger was important. Okay, so Courtney, I'm kind of drawn to you, honestly. So let me see where this lands. And what's drawing my attention is, so Roger is from Scotland, but his beard is just his beard. It had. He's very proud of his beard. He liked his beard. Okay, let me get some more specific information, because if you guys are taking a lot. And now keep in mind, you can have postcards from your loved one could actually be here, right? And connecting to you and still not be for you, if that makes sense. That happened to me yesterday. I was in 2 different lives yesterday and I got the exact same message when I went into the lives, and they weren't for me, but they were confirming that it was postcards for me. He keeps going back to his chest and not being able to breathe. That he either passed from something like I'm having a hard time clearing, and I feel like there's something chest related when he passed. Couldn't breathe. He couldn't breathe. I'm hearing Layla, an L name, Layla. That's a female name, I don't understand, but Layla or Leela or Leah, it would be important around him. He's talking about how it's spelled different. He's making me spell it different. That's weird. Like there's a common name, but spelled differently. Common name, but spelled differently. Now it's an L name. That makes sense to anybody? Okay, so let me give you the rundown. Let me give you the whole rundown. Uncle. He would have been an uncle either to the person in the chat or just really a proud uncle. So it could have been your brother, but uncle, like proud uncle of your children, okay? Or just a proud uncle. Scottish heritage, or lived in Scotland, or some sort of Scottish connection. He's very, very, very proud of that. He's talking about a kilt, and maybe he just was an American that was in Scotland, or he was actually Scottish, or there was some sort of Scottish connection. He's given me an L name that he makes me feel like whatever it was spelled differently than what it would normally be spelled. The free spirit, motorcycle references. I don't know that he rode, but that feeling of ride or die. I've got your back. I'm also a free spirit. You're not going to hold me down. Tell me what to do. He was also a young uncle. It makes me feel like he could have become an uncle younger and maybe closer in to a brother, being a brother than an uncle, but he's very proud uncle. But he's also he said he's a very proud brother too. So that would have to all land. And it would have to be 100%. And beard. He's got a beard. He keeps going back. He was really proud of his very cool beard. He's very proud of his beard. Gosh, look at all these people that can still take 100%. Oh, Victoria, you know what was crazy? I know you said you don't watch the show, but Roger is played by a man named Richard Rankin. Isn't that cool? Right? That is crazy. So that's what I mean. Like, you can get postcards for people. I really was, I'm going to see something here real quick. I'm going to see what I'm drawn to. Drop the heart if 100% was still making sense. So I want to look at your names and see if it all resonates, drop a blue heart. I'm going to see who I feel. Susie, did you see that? Get rid of that healing solutions, block and mute. The Scottish is huge. The Scottish is a huge part of this. Thank you, Susie. You're awesome. Thank you, Rose. Who am I? Okay, drop the hearts again because I got caught up with that person. Courtney, I feel like there are postcards for you. Victoria, would you be, you have enough followers. Do you want to pop in the box and we'll see if we can talk through this? Do you have time? Or are you able to pop in the box? If you do, just send a guest request or tell me, no, fuck off. I know I'm drawn to Victoria too. Are you still in here, Victoria? Okay, well, this is going to take a while then. All right, well, okay, so his name's Richard. Did he used to get on you about being shy? Don't feel bad. I just want to make sure, because sometimes what will happen is when I get the person in the box and I hear their voice, I don't have to see them, but if I can hear them, the information floods it floods in. So it just takes a little bit longer to get through it. But I am not mad at you at all, because not everybody can even have that capability. Not everybody even has that ability to come in, and I still will read for them. So no shame. But also I feel like he wanted you to get out of your own way. Does that make sense? That you tend to be very insecure about things, and he's like, girl, no. Does that make sense? Okay. Because I feel like he had no shame. And I feel like when he walked in to a room, it was noticeable. Yes. Okay. And if you can do me a favor, Victoria, since we still have a lot of things popping through, if you could answer in all caps, that'd be amazing. Because also I'm old. But I feel like he also is really talking about you using your voice right now. And I know that it's ironically, you don't necessarily want to do this, but I feel like, yes. Okay. But I feel like either you're in a relationship or a situation right now where you're letting things happen to you. And he's like, if I was there, this would not be standing. This would not be standing. And he would expect you or want you to stand up for yourself, use your voice. And he's like, just so you know, I'm here. I'm rooting you on, and I'm sending you all the strength. He makes you feel like he comes up from behind. He feels like a big teddy bear. Would that make sense? Like he feels like someone you'd feel safe with, and teddy bear, big teddy bear. He makes you feel like either he was squishy teddy bear, or like, I just feel like he was someone that you felt safe with. Does that make sense? Okay. And he does not like this situation that you're allowing yourself to be in. Or he doesn't like somebody that's doing something to you and you're letting it happen, or like you're not standing up for yourself. Because I feel like he really wants you to stand up for yourself. Because I could see him like stand between you and that person or a situation. Okay. He just keeps saying, stand up, use your voice. Because he's talking about regretting not using his in something. He didn't speak his piece or didn't speak his mind about something when he was here. And he regretted it up until the day he died. He regretted not saying something or not expressing himself about something. And either something transpired that could have been changed if he'd have spoken up, but he just didn't get involved or didn't say something. Does that make sense? And it makes you feel like he regretted it. Okay. Also, he's talking about a car. Did you just buy a new car? I see a red car. When I see the red car, it usually means a car accident, like someone was in a car accident. But I feel like, did you just buy a red car, like a fast car? Or did he have a red fast car? He's got a red fast car. Thank you all for holding space for Victoria. Appreciate it. And remember, for those of you who thought, red car, yes, I was in a car accident, but I had his red Jeep, then bought a new red car. I can't make this shit up. This is awesome. Spirit rocks. I love spirit. I love when they come through so specifically. And would you understand him being with a grandmother? That either his mom or I feel like he was close to his grandmother. No. Oof. Or, there may have been a falling out with grandmother and they were reunited and made up. Okay. But I feel like he's talking about his grandmother. Like he was either close to, or there was some work that had to be done. And now they're close. I'm going to ask you a really weird question. Okay, Victoria. So all the bougie people that live in my area, and you will not catch me doing this. And it looks like Psychic Jen's in the house. Jen, I'm going to give you an assignment. If I ever say out loud the words, I'm going to go play, Fallout makeup. Okay. I'm glad that makes sense to you. So if I ever say, I'm going to go play pickleball, just bury me in the backyard, drown me. I'm not going to do that. But I feel like he's bringing that up. So either you play pickleball, or there's something, or there's people around you that you're just like, if I ever become that, just make it stop. Just Shut me down if I ever become that, if I ever do that. Thanks, Jen. Because all these people, like, there's merch. Like, I go into these local shops, there's like, pickleball is my life. I'm like, what? You said that. Okay. If I ever do that, just take me out back and bury me in the yard. That's awesome. Okay. Spirit's funny. And he's like, but I also feel like whatever this is, like, you just would not align with it. You just would not. He's like, it is not you. Are you a person who likes to drive fast, a little adventurous? So not you. So, but I feel like he's talking about your sense of adventure. Yes, drive fast. He's talking about a hot spot. Okay, he's talking about a hot spot. Like you'll drive fast until you get to one specific area, then you know just to not. Like you'd be like, yeah, I can't drive 55, 30. Because 9 times out of 10, there's a cop there. Like, I feel like it's just funny how they're showing me. Okay. You're like, yeah, what? I'm not doing anything. Okay. But did you just recently get pulled over? If not, be careful out driving today. You might get a little cocky. You did. Okay. All right. Yeah. You're talking about it. Do you have a specialized license plate? Is your license plate like, dang? He's like, I feel like he drives in the car with you. I feel like he rides with you. And so that's a good time to talk to him, by the way. Wait, what did I just ask? I forget what I just asked. And I got sidetracked. Help me out, people. What did I just ask? I said it out loud and it left. It completely left, which means it didn't come from me. License plate. Thank you. Do you have a specialized something? Oh, license plate. I guess that's a yes. Or did he? There's something about a specialized license plate. Also, thank you all for reminding me what I was asking about. Plate after accident, I have his license plate from his Jeep. Aww. I love that. Okay, well, he's acknowledging that. So those of you who were like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is my relative, so this is where we go. Like, you all had great postcards, and just know that your loved ones were with you. But man, this is 100% Victoria's uncle. I just think it's hilarious that, then this is also a good example, friends, that spirit will give a medium information that kind of means something to them, but it may mean nothing to you, but ultimately it kind of circles back around. So going back to our Outlander reference, which is my crown is like basically the standing stones, right? But Victoria's never watched Outlander. So the reference, and I was like, a name, the beard, but I'm seeing Roger. Well, the real name of the person who plays Roger in Outlander is Richard, and that's his name. So you can't make that up. Queen Victoria. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is a crown. I'd like to point out. It's an amazing crown. I love it. I'm the Queen of Wands is what I call myself. It's even on my cup. Look, on my amazing cup. My friend made me this. The Queen of Wands. Yep. So thank you, Victoria, for allowing me to read for you and bring through this fiery, fun energy. He's saying Sagittarius, but I suck at, I feel like Sagittarius is December, maybe? What is Sagittarius? Is his birthday in December or like Sagittarius? Sagittarius is also a fire sign, so he might be a fire sign. But usually when I see fire signs, I think of Leo, which is July, August. Would that make sense, Victoria? End of November and December. Okay. Thanks, my astrologically knowledgeable friends. Astrologically. Okay. So I'm wondering if that's where his birthday is end of November, first part of December, or if he's a fire sign. She's bringing up Sagittarius. Or are you a Sagittarius? Something Sagittarius. That's not his son, but I think he passed around that time. Okay. End of November, first part of December, something like that. Well, he's a lovely energy. And that's okay. That's okay. But those are things that are verifiable, that you can look up later and just know. And also talk to him. He rides with you a lot. I feel like that's something you bonded over. And I feel like he protects you a lot. And when you're driving, talk to him because he can hear you. And I feel like when you turn on the radio, sometimes, I feel like a lot of times you'll turn it on and won't either a station you don't listen to or a song that he would have liked. And you're like, oh, that reminds me of him. Or like, I feel like there's some reference to that, some reference to the music, but just know that he is with you. The Eagles, did he like the Eagles? And was he my age? No, he was older. Let's talk about the Eagles. I'm trying to like get to the chorus of the song. There's an Eagles reference. Or you had an eagle tattoo. I don't know. That'd be funny. Or you do. Why can't I think of this? Yeah, look it up. All right. But I feel like take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. The sound of the road. Yes. Okay. Take it easy. Yeah, he liked the Eagles. He's a cool dude. I feel like he'd probably fit right in with my family. We'd vibe. You heard a recent tip. That's him. Yeah, don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Go, Courtney. Look at you. I've seen the Eagles so many times in concert. Whenever they come, I'm like, yes, I have to go. Well, thank you for letting him come through. And anytime you hear the Eagles, because I feel like he wasn't just a one hit. Like I feel like Hotel California is also his vibe. Did he play guitar? I feel like either he tried to learn that guitar solo or did he play guitar? He's talking about he just keeps talking. And I guess I need to cut him off at some point, but he just keeps talking. It'd be interesting to know if he played guitar, if he was obsessed with the guitar, like some guitar reference. Like I could see him like doing air guitar to Hotel California. The big guitar solo in there. Typical. I know. I know. You get some people like that, right? Some people are just like that. Thank you, Capricorn. It's my crown. So I've enjoyed connecting with this energy, and thank you for all the validations. And also, and you're welcome, Victoria. Also, what's interesting is somebody came in, and I know they got muted because we're not supposed to put stuff in here, but somebody says a message from my Nana and Pop, which is funny because that's what I called my grandparents. And I was just saying out loud, like the references I got to my yesterday's experience with the weird synchronicities, just going through TikTok lives. That was a validation that was my Nana and Pop, just you popping in. So thank you for popping in and putting that, and there you go. All right. Whew. Thank you. Thank you, Margot. So what I don't answer questions to answer your question. I don't answer questions just because I have so many scammers. I don't want people honing in and like preying upon your questions and acting like they're me later, because I have at least 5 screenshots of pages of scammers that pretend to be me, you know. So I'm very spirit led, and I'll get spirits that step in and share energy with me. Yes, and thank you, Victoria. I'm glad that was helpful, and just know that he's Uncle Richard. Did he go by Rick? Did he go by Rick? Or did he go by something else besides Richard or Rich? Rick. He went by something else. And that's okay. She may have already popped out by now, and that's okay. All right. Oh, look at that. We are at 121,000 likes. You guys are rock stars. I have the best. I'm telling you, I've got the best followers. And also, if you're not following me, like, what are you doing with your life right now? Make sure you're following me. I do free spirit-led readings. I do free card pulls, which is usually how we start. We pull cards. Oh, thank you for the hearts. So just make sure you're following me. And also, don't just follow me, but like when you do follow or hit my profile, hit the bell so you get notified. Thank you, Victoria. Notified when I go live, because tonight at 8:00 Eastern, thank you, Karen. I'm going to be doing a live with Psychic Gen 33 and Carrie the Psychic, talking about past lives and Akashic records, and it's going to be so fun. Kat, there you are. Yeah, I'm going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my friends. So make sure, saying the word. Oh, good point. Okay, so he went by something different. I got you, Victoria. I got you. That makes sense. So anyway, we're going to be talking about past lives, Akashic records, all the amazing fun things, how the 3 of us practitioners all do the work, but we do it come from a very different approach, but to get the same results. It's so cool, and I'm so excited to do this. So yeah. All right. I'm going to go because I'm hungry. I need to go eat and get grounded and chill out. It's like almost 3:00, and how's that spaghetti? So anyway, but thank you all, and thank you, Victoria, for letting me read for you. Thank you all for hanging out, the follows, the shares, the likes, hitting the bell, get notified when I go live tonight, and also just for future knowledge, anytime you're a subscriber, if you're a subscriber to my channel, like if you pop in when I'm live, you'll be put on the list immediately for a reading. It doesn't, if I've got 2,000 people in here, I might miss you, but I do not prioritize. I always make sure to try to take care of my subscribers and give you those little extra perks when you're a subscriber. Now, does that mean you have to be a subscriber to get a free reading? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I do try to give a lot of free readings when I'm on. So thank you so much for following and supporting. Love you all. And thank you, mods, for helping out today. Appreciate you. And thank you, Courtney. Sorry that wasn't like for you, but I think it was for you, like a little nod for you, a little nod from spirit, because I was really drawn to you, but I knew it all played out how it was supposed to. So, all right, friends, appreciate you all, and I will see you all tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, I love you too, Janelle. Thank you so much. And come back and admire the crown. Oh, thank you, Lace. All right, Lace, I'm getting ready to sign off. However, next time I'm doing readings, hit the bell so you know when I'm going to be in here. I will make sure to pull some cards for you. Okay. Because I need to go eat. I'm starting to like crash a little bit. So when I'm doing readings next, you will get a reading. Deal? Okay. Mwah. Thank you all. Appreciate it. And love, light, and all the good shit. All right. See you. Bye.